Imagine with me for a moment that your mind is like a beautiful lake. When the surface is calm, when the waters are still, you can see straight through to the depths. You can see the reflection of the sky above, the gentle dance of the sunlight upon it, the quiet beauty of life mirrored there. But when that same lake is stirred, when the winds blow too hard, when someone throws stones into it, the surface turns cloudy, the waters ripple and churn, and suddenly it seems as though the beauty has been lost. And yet, my darling, the truth is this: the lake has not lost its beauty. It is only hidden. It is only waiting. If you allow it to settle, if you allow time, if you allow stillness, the waters will always return to clarity. The calm is always beneath the surface, waiting to be remembered. And so it is with your mind. How often we believe that peace comes when we control every detail, when we fix every problem, when we answer every question, when we stop every fear before it even arrives. But life has shown us again and again that control is an illusion, that the harder we grasp, the less we feel safe. Peace is not control. Peace is allowing. Peace is surrender. Peace is the choice to stop stirring the water. Peace is remembering that you don't have to fix everything right now. You don't have to solve every worry this very second. You can let go. You can breathe. You can let the waters of your mind come back to stillness. I want you to hear me, and I want you to feel this in your heart. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not too late. You are only learning how to rest your mind. That is all, nothing more. There is nothing wrong with you. You are simply in the process of discovering the beauty of stillness, the sweetness of quiet, the safety of calm. I invite you right now, as we begin, to take a gentle breath. Just a simple breath. You don't have to force it. You don't have to do it the way you've read in a book. Just breathe the way your body wants to breathe. Feel the air come in, feel the air go out. Notice how life supports you with every breath. You don't have to control the breath, it breathes you. Isn't that amazing? Even now, even without your effort, life is loving you. And so I give you this affirmation to carry in your heart. I am willing to allow peace to enter my mind. Not I must, not I should, not I have to, only I am willing. Willingness is the door. Willingness is the soft opening. Willingness is enough. And as you whisper this to yourself, something begins to shift. The mind hears your permission, and like the lake, it begins to settle. Overthinking is like throwing pebble after pebble into the water, never giving the lake a chance to rest. Every worry, every what if, every I should have, every why didn't I, is another stone disturbing the surface. And soon we look at the water and think, it is always restless, it is always cloudy, it is always unsettled. But the truth is, if you stop throwing the stones, the water will return to peace all by itself. You don't have to push it. You don't have to make it. You don't have to fight for it. Life always returns to balance when we stop disturbing it. And I know, my love, I know how tempting it is to keep thinking, to keep circling in the mind, to keep turning the same worry over and over, like a stone in your hand. The mind says, if I just think a little more, I will solve it. But has that ever worked? Or have you noticed that the more you think, the less peace you feel? The mind believes thinking is safety, but peace is safety. Quiet is safety. Trust is safety. Love is safety. Let us remember together, every thought we think is creating our future. If we fill the mind with fear, we live in fear. If we fill the mind with doubt, we live in doubt. If we fill the mind with peace, we live in peace. What you practice, you become. And today we are practicing peace. So I ask you gently but clearly, are you ready to lay down the stones? Are you ready to let the waters rest? Are you ready to give your mind permission to be calm? Because the moment you say yes, the moment you are willing, healing begins. Healing doesn't begin when life is perfect. Healing begins when the mind says, I allow. Close your eyes with me for just a moment if you wish. Imagine the lake of your mind. Notice the ripples, the restlessness, the way it has been stirred. And now imagine you are placing your hands gently upon the surface, and you whisper to the waters, it is safe to be still now. And the waters listen, and the waters respond, and the waters remember their own calm. That calm has always been there, beneath everything, waiting for you. Darling, you are safe. Darling, you are loved. Darling, you are enough. And the mind doesn't have to run so fast to prove it. You can rest now. You can rest in this moment. You can rest in this breath. Notice the softening in your body as you choose this. Notice the way your shoulders drop, the way your chest feels lighter, the way the jaw loosens. The body knows when the mind begins to rest. The body listens. The body responds. The body begins to heal. This is not only about the mind. This is about your whole being remembering that peace is natural, healing is natural, calm is natural. And so together we are beginning this journey today, a journey from the restless mind to the peaceful heart, from overthinking to allowing, from fear to love. It is not about forcing yourself to never think again. No, it is about creating space, space for quiet, space for presence, space for love. Say with me once more, if you will, I am willing to allow peace to enter my mind. And as you say it, know that you're planting a seed. That seed will grow every time you repeat it. That seed will blossom every time you choose it. That seed will one day become a garden of calm inside you. And you will know that peace was never far away. Peace was always within you, waiting for this moment, waiting for your yes. You see, my darling, life always invites us to soften our grip, to soften our hearts, to soften our minds. And when we soften, when we breathe, when we allow, something miraculous happens. Peace begins to rise within us like sunlight returning after a long night. Now let me remind you of something important. Letting go does not mean giving up. Letting go means choosing freedom. So many of us believe that if we stop holding on, we will lose. If we stop fighting, we will fail. If we stop controlling, we will fall. But this is not true. Letting go is not losing. Letting go is releasing what no longer belongs. So your hands, your heart, your mind can be open to receive something new, something better, something lighter. Imagine with me for a moment. You are holding a heavy stone in your hand. You clutch it so tightly that your knuckles turn white. You say to yourself, if I don't hold this, who will? If I let this go, what will happen to me? And yet as you hold tighter and tighter, your hand begins to ache. Your arm grows tired. Your body becomes weary. But the moment you decide to release that stone, suddenly your hand is free. Your arm is light. Your energy is restored. This is what letting go feels like. And many of you listening to me now are carrying stones, old memories, painful words, regrets, judgments, fears. You carry them every day and you believe you must. But what if you didn't? What if right now you placed them gently down and walked away free? Can you imagine how much lighter you would feel? How much space would open in your mind, in your heart, in your whole being? I want you to hear me clearly. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are not your fear. You are a magnificent being, and you deserve to be free. So let us breathe together now and affirm, I release all that no longer serves me. I am free. Say it with me again and again until your whole body knows it, until your heart believes it. I release all that no longer serves me. I am free. Notice how your shoulders drop when you say these words. Notice how your jaw relaxes. Notice how your breath flows more easily. This is the power of letting go. You don't need to push. You don't need to force. You don't need to struggle. You simply need to release. When you let go, life rushes in to fill the space with miracles. When you let go, peace finds its way back home to you. When you let go, love becomes possible again. And now, as we move deeper together, there is something even more powerful that opens the door to healing: forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about others. Forgiveness is about you. Let me say this again, because it matters. Forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. We often believe that if we forgive, we excuse someone's wrong. That if we forgive, we condone what hurt us. But forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It does not mean agreeing. It does not mean accepting the unacceptable. Forgiveness means you choose to no longer carry the poison of anger inside your own body. Forgiveness means you choose freedom over resentment. Forgiveness means you decide to love yourself enough to stop hurting yourself with the pain of the past. Think about it. When you hold on to anger, who suffers? When you replay the old story, who loses sleep? When you rehearse the pain again and again, whose body grows tense, whose heart grows heavy? It is you, my love. It is always you. And so forgiveness is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Imagine again. Your heart is like a beautiful room filled with light. But when anger and resentment live there, it is as if the windows are closed and the curtains are drawn. The air becomes stale. The light disappears, and you sit in darkness. Forgiveness is the moment you open those windows, draw back the curtains, and allow the fresh air and golden sunlight to pour in once again. You do not do it for them. You do it for yourself. You do it because you deserve peace. You do it because your heart longs to breathe again. So I invite you now to place your hand gently on your heart. Feel its rhythm, feel its warmth, and whisper softly to yourself, I forgive and set myself free. Breathe deeply as you say it. Again, I forgive and set myself free. And once more, I forgive and set myself free. Do you feel it? That little opening inside? That little sigh of relief? That is forgiveness beginning to work its magic. And I promise you, the more you forgive, the lighter you become. The more you forgive, the more peace returns. The more you forgive, the more love flows into your life. You deserve this freedom. You deserve this love. You deserve this peace. And as you practice letting go and forgiveness, you are creating a mind that is calmer, a body that is healthier, and a life that is filled with joy. This is not theory. This is truth. I have lived it, and you can live it too. So let us affirm together one more time. I forgive. I let go. I am free to move forward. Again, I forgive. I let go. I am free to move forward. And one last time, with all your heart, I forgive. I let go. I am free to move forward. Feel those words echo inside of you. Let them wash over you like healing water. Let them become the song of your soul. Because when you release, when you forgive, when you let go, you return to who you truly are, a radiant, magnificent, free being of love. Sometimes I like to remind myself of something very simple yet so powerful. No one in this world really knows who you are in the depth of your being, except you. Isn't that interesting? Each person that meets you, that spends time with you, that even loves you, they all carry a little picture of you in their mind. But that picture is not you. That is only their perception, their lens, their filter. And when you realize this, something opens. You can suddenly stop trying so hard to prove yourself to everyone. You can relax into simply being. Because who you are cannot be reduced to someone else's version of you. And this brings us to a beautiful truth. Awareness of self and awareness of others is always filtered through perception. You see me now through your own heart, through your own experiences, and I see you through mine. And when we forget this, we start to judge, we start to demand, we start to feel disappointed because the picture in our minds does not match the reality. But what if we allowed life to be gentler? What if we remembered that perception is not truth? It is just a lens. Then we could breathe more freely. We could smile more easily. We could allow others to be who they are without needing to reshape them. And we could allow ourselves to be free from the burden of constantly explaining or justifying. I want you to hear me clearly now. Nobody has the power to define you. They can only define their experience of you. And you, my dear, are far greater than anyone's experience of you. Do you feel that? You are an infinite being, expressing in this moment, learning, growing, changing, expanding. And the version of you that exists in someone's mind is only a tiny fraction, a snapshot, an image. It is not the whole. So why would we let that control our worth? Why would we let that define our value? Now I want you to put your hand gently on your heart. Close your eyes if you like, and breathe deeply. Say softly within yourself, I allow others to see me through their lens, and I stay true to myself. Breathe it in. Feel how liberating that is. Feel how it sets you free. Because when you allow others to hold their perception, you no longer need to fight it. You no longer need to prove or correct. You simply return to your truth. And here's another powerful shift. Just as others cannot truly know you, you cannot truly know them either. You only know your perception of them. You know the image that your mind has created. And so when they act in ways you do not understand, when they say things that feel confusing, remember, you are not seeing the totality of their being. You are seeing one small layer, one mask, one projection. And doesn't that make it easier to forgive? Doesn't that make it easier to hold compassion? Because the truth is, we are all doing the best we can with the awareness we have in each moment. So I invite you today to release harsh judgment, judgment of yourself, judgment of others. It's not necessary. It's only perception. Instead, let us choose understanding. Let us choose softness. Let us choose love. Because the more love you allow, the freer you become. And now, let's move deeper into the stillness. Because once you understand perception, once you release judgment, you create space for peace. And peace is always waiting. Peace does not need to be built or forced. Peace simply emerges when you stop disturbing the water. I love the image of the lake. Imagine again that beautiful still lake. When the wind blows, the surface ripples, and you cannot see clearly. But when the wind quiets, the water becomes like glass, still, reflective, clear. Your mind is the same. When thoughts are rushing, when worries are swirling, when overthinking is storming through, you cannot see. Everything is distorted. But if you stop fighting, if you stop pushing, if you simply let the water settle, clarity comes on its own. Don't push the water, let it settle. This is one of the greatest teachings for the mind, because so often when the mind is busy, we try to fight it. We say, stop thinking, stop worrying, stop being anxious. And what happens? The more you resist, the stronger it becomes. The more you fight, the louder it shouts. But if you shift, if you breathe, if you allow, something changes. The thoughts begin to float. They soften, they lose their power. And you realize you are not your thoughts. You are the stillness behind them. Right now, I want you to pause. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale and exhale. Once more, inhale and exhale. Can you feel a little more space in your mind? That is the beginning of stillness. That is your natural state, and it is always here. Some people believe that calmness comes from controlling everything, but calmness does not come from control. Calmness comes from surrender. Calmness comes from trust. Calmness comes from the willingness to say, I don't need to fix every thought. I don't need to chase every answer. I can sit, I can breathe, I can let life unfold. And in that space, you heal. In that space, the body relaxes, the heart opens, the spirit remembers who it is. So when the mind is too noisy, do not fight, do not resist, do not run. Just sit, just breathe, just observe. Thoughts are like clouds, they pass. Emotions are like waves, they rise and fall. But you are the sky, you are the ocean, you are the vastness in which all of this moves. And when you remember that, you are free. I want you to say with me now, my mind is calm, my thoughts flow gently and peacefully. Repeat it softly, repeat it gently, feel it entering your being. The words are powerful because your subconscious listens. And when you affirm peace, you plant seeds of peace. And maybe tonight, when you sit quietly, you can place your hands on your lap, close your eyes, and simply imagine that lake again. Watch the ripples. Don't try to stop them. Just watch. And then watch as slowly, naturally, the surface returns to stillness. This is your practice. This is your healing. And every time you come back to it, your life begins to change. Because a still mind does not mean an empty mind. A still mind means a spacious mind, a mind that can hold life with grace, a mind that can welcome joy, a mind that can heal. So let's close this part together with the breath of peace. Inhale calm, exhale tension, inhale trust, exhale worry, inhale love, exhale fear, and whisper once more, my mind is calm, my thoughts flow gently and peacefully. And remember, my dear, you do not need to force this. Just as you cannot force the water to settle, you cannot force peace, but you can allow it. And the more you allow, the more life will show you just how beautiful stillness can be. My loves, let me ask you something. How many times in your life have you thought, if only someone could tell me what to do, if only someone could give me the answer, if only someone out there could fix this for me? Haven't we all? And yet, when we keep searching outside, we often end up feeling more lost. Why? Because the truth is never really out there. The truth has always been here, within you, within your own heart, within your own inner wisdom. You see, life is not about running from person to person, from book to book, from opinion to opinion, desperately hoping someone else has your solution. Life is about remembering that you are the authority of your own experience. No one else knows the path you have walked, the tears you have cried, the nights you have prayed, the mornings you have risen again. No one else knows the whispers of your soul the way you do, And so no one else can hold your truth. Only you can. The truth resides within. This is not just a phrase. It is a way of living. It means you already carry everything you need. It means that the wisdom you long for is not missing. It is simply waiting to be heard. Sometimes the noise of the world grows so loud, and the noise of our overthinking grows so restless that we forget the gentle voice inside. But the voice has never gone away. It is patient. It is kind. It is always available to you the moment you choose to listen. And I know, dear ones, sometimes it feels easier to look outward, to ask someone else, to blame someone else, to hand over your power to someone else. But when you do that, you give away your freedom. When you rely only on outside answers, you silence your own knowing. And every time you silence yourself, you create distance from your own healing. So let us turn inward. Place your hand on your heart right now. Feel it beating. That rhythm is your life. That rhythm is your truth. Say softly with me, "The truth I seek is already within me." Yes, breathe into that. Let it sink in. The truth I seek is already within me. This is not about denying the wisdom of others. Teachers, books, friends, they are blessings. But remember, they can only point you back to yourself. They can only mirror what is already true for you. They can only remind you of what you already carry. The ultimate choice, the ultimate clarity, the ultimate voice always comes from within. Think of a seed. Inside that tiny seed already lives the design of the flower, the tree, the fruit it will one day become. The seed does not need to borrow its truth from another seed. The seed carries its blueprint within, and so do you. So today, I want you to honor that. Honor your intuition. Honor your inner wisdom. Honor the quiet guidance that has always been with you. And when doubt comes, and it will, remember that every time you pause, every time you breathe, every time you turn inward, you reconnect to the truth that has never left you. Say it with me again. The truth I seek is already within me. Feel how empowering that is. Feel how freeing that is. Because when you know that, you no longer chase endlessly outside of yourself. You no longer beg the world to fix you. You remember that you were never broken. You are always whole. Now, my friends, let us move deeper. Because once we know the truth lives within us, the next step is to learn how to observe what goes on in that inner world. This brings us to reflection. So let me ask you, when was the last time you truly sat with your thoughts? Not running from them, not drowning in them, but simply noticing them. When was the last time you said, "What am I really thinking right now? And is this thought bringing me peace or pain?" Most of us never pause long enough to ask. We are so busy reacting, judging, fearing, that we forget we have the choice to observe. But here is the gift. Awareness is the first step to freedom. The moment you see your thought, you are no longer trapped by it. The moment you name it, you create space between you and it. And in that space, healing can happen. Think of it this way. Your thoughts are like clouds drifting across the sky. If you attach to every single cloud, you will be carried away in storms. But if you sit back and simply watch, you will notice that clouds come and go, yet the sky remains. You are the sky. Your thoughts are the clouds. They pass, but you remain. So let's try this together. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment. Ask yourself gently, what am I thinking right now? Don't judge, don't push it away, just notice. Is this thought making you feel lighter or heavier? Is it bringing peace or worry? And then ask, Do I choose to keep this thought, or do I choose to let it go? Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. You are the loving witness. You are the gentle awareness. And in that awareness, you hold the power to choose again. So often we run from reflection because we fear what we might find. But my dear ones, running only strengthens fear. Facing it dissolves it. Looking directly at your thoughts does not make you weaker. It makes you stronger. Because you realize, I am not trapped. I always have a choice. Repeat with me. I am the gentle observer of my thoughts. I choose peace. Yes, again. I am the gentle observer of my thoughts. I choose peace. This is not just a sentence. It is a practice. Each time you repeat it, you loosen the grip of fear. Each time you repeat it, you remind yourself that peace is not somewhere out there. Peace begins in here. And I want you to remember something very important. Reflection is not about judgment. Reflection is about compassion. It is not about punishing yourself for thinking a negative thought. It is about noticing and choosing again. It is about saying, oh, I see what I was thinking. I see how it made me feel. And now I choose differently. That is power. That is freedom. That is love. So the next time your mind feels heavy, pause, breathe, reflect. Ask, what am I thinking? Is this thought serving me? Is it leading me toward peace or away from peace? And then, lovingly, gently, choose the thought that supports your healing. Say it with me one last time. I am the gentle observer of my thoughts. I choose peace. Breathe it in, feel it settle, allow it to guide you. Because when you reflect with awareness, when you choose peace again and again, you stop being a prisoner of your thoughts. You become the master of your mind. And when you master your mind, you unlock the doorway to a life of deep healing, freedom, and love.